Today, we're diving into a massive what-if scenario. What happens if the United States pulls out of NATO? No fluff, no nonsense, just the raw facts on how this could shake up the world. Stick around because this gets wild. Let's roll. First off, why should you care? NATO, this big military alliance formed in 1949, built on the idea that an attack on one member is an attack on all. The US, it's the backbone. Think 67% of NATO defense budget. Over $880 billion a year, plus troops, tanks, and nuclear weapons. Without Uncle Sam, NATO not just losing a player, it's losing the MVP. So what's the fallout? Let's break it down. Here's the big one, military power. The US brings 1.3 million active troops, 5,500 tanks, and 3,000 fighter jets to the table. Europe's got about 1.47 million troops combined, but their gear's less advanced and more scattered. Experts say NATO couldn't deter threats, like, say, Russia, without the US. Europe would need to build 50 new brigades, 300,000 troops, to even try filling that gap. Oh, and those nuclear weapons the US stations in Europe, gone. That's a huge loss in deterrence. Bottom line, Europe's vulnerable fast. Now picture this, Russia's watching. Without the US, NATO Article 5, the "we've got your back" promise looks shaky. Defense analysts say Russia could get bold, maybe pushing into places like the Baltics or Ukraine, where tensions are already sky-high. And it's not just Russia. China might swoop in, cozying up to a divided Europe. Globally, this could signal the US stepping back, leaving alliances like the UN wobbling. Chaos, maybe not right away, but the risks shoot up. Stuff, money and politics. The US and EU are trade giants. Think billions in goods flowing back and forth. If the US ditches NATO, experts warn of trade disputes or less investment. Some estimate a $450 billion hit to US trade alone. Diplomatically, Europe might feel betrayed, and trust takes a nosedive. Plus, fun fact, Congress has laws making it tough for a president to just walk away. Think 2/3 Senate approval. So, this could spark a legal mess in the US too. So what does Europe do? They're already upping defense spending, $380 billion a year now. But it's not enough yet. Studies say they'd need 250 billion euros more annually to stand alone. Long term, this could push Europe to unite their militaries, maybe even create a European army. Cool idea, but it'd take years. And in the meantime, they're exposed. It's a high-stakes gamble. Here's the no BS takeaway. The US leaving NATO would weaken the alliance, expose Europe to threats, strain economies, and shake up the global order. Could Europe adapt? Eventually, maybe, but the transition's a minefield. This isn't just about tanks and treaties. It's about power, trust, and what happens when the big player walks off the field. What do you think? Should the US stay or go?